So if we need to have a motion to let Marcia come in on the phone, can I have a motion to let her go? Phil, a second. Sharon, okay. Okay. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Okay. Can vote. Okay, we'll vote on the iPad. Okay, please vote. Okay, passed unanimously. Welcome, Marcia. Okay, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion to put that on the floor? Terry, second. Sharon, is there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Okay, hearing none, please vote. Okay, passed unanimously. Okay, moving on to informational items, we've got the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission minutes. Does anybody have any questions on that? Okay, unsafe structures, any questions? Development summary, any questions? Okay, we'll file and receive them. Moving on to zoning cases, I don't believe we have any. Oops, excuse me. Jimmy?
Andrew, for the committee's sake, I saw quite a few houses on there for this time, more so than we've seen. So where are we on pace? I know costs of construction, but paces of new housing being built overall, what would your assessment for Peoria County be?
We've exceeded the 2024 amount already. To date, this morning we issued our 24th single family residence, whereas this time last year we were at 20. So we're on pace to be the highest since 2020, actually. We've also seen an increase in residential additions. So people are still building.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
while we're on the subject, out in the hallway a minute ago, I asked Andrew for the value of new house construction compared to last year. And I would ask formally now that that be shared with everybody on the committee because it is an indicator as much as the number of permits itself. The value of those permits is also a big indicator of the cost of construction having risen dramatically over the last several years, and I think you're going to see that trend continue. I'd just like to have everyone see that and understand what it means. So once that information is available, I'll probably want to expand on it a little bit more, but for now, thank you, Andrew.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll file and receive those. Moving on to zoning cases, we don't have any today. We don't have any subdivision waivers either, right, Andrew?
That's correct.
Okay, and no resolutions, so we're moving to our budget book. So moving on, Heather, you're going to take this in? Okay. Okay. Can I have a motion to put the budget on the floor? Or Betty, thank you, and Sharon. Okay.
Megan, would you mind putting that on presenter mode, please, for the PowerPoint? Thank you. Okay, today's presentation is for the Land Use Committee and the departments that roll up to that. But I want to cover the overall budget for fiscal 26 recommended is In the general fund, 64.2 million in revenues. Of that, 1.2 million is from reserves, and then expenditures 64.2 million. And in all funds, it is 172.5 million recommended with a planned spend down of fund reserves of about $18 million and expenditures of 172.5 million as well. For the Land Use Committee specifically, it consists of the Planning and Zoning Department and the Planning and Zoning Grant Fund. That the revenues are $533,720, which is 0.35% of the overall budget's revenue, and for expenditures, $785,248, which is 0.46% of the overall expenditures in the recommended budget. This slide shows you a history of the revenues over time. The fiscal 25 revised revenues and versus projected, and then the fiscal 26 recommended, along with the expenditures over time broken down by personnel, commodities, contractuals, and then transfers. For the sources, the total sources slightly decrease of $5,000 or 1%, and that's due to estimates on licenses and permits based off current trends. For uses, the total uses slightly increased by 18.9 thousand or 2.6%, and that's a result of increases in wages with an offset of reduction in commodities, contractuals, and employee travel. Finally, the staffing levels, they remain at 8.8 FTE for fiscal 26, and they've been at that level since 2024. Have any questions on the budget? I'm happy to answer them.
Questions for Heather? Okay, Sharon.
I just wanted to make a comment. Linda Daly, is the vice chair of finance, and I had a discussion earlier about the budget and land use, and we just want to commend Andrew for the hard work, and it's such a joy to read your budget, so we want to thank you for that.
Yes, Andrew, I think all of us here around the horseshoe appreciate all the hard work you've done and keeping things in line. Is there any other questions? Let's please vote. Okay, passed unanimously. Moving on to public comments. Is there any public comments today? Okay, miscellaneous. Does anybody have anything in Miss Sharon?
Andrew, can you give us an update and overview on the comprehensive land use plan, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So the comprehensive land use plan kicked off at the bicentennial event. We had a booth set up for public engagement. A couple months ago, if you recall, the Planning Commission was appointed by the Peoria County Board. There are 15 members, several of which are Peoria County Board members. It's representative of various sectors throughout the economy and through the county. We've got education, we've got agriculture, we've got political, we've got labor, so on and so forth. That group has met twice to provide some direction as to where to go with the public engagement. At this point, we've launched a webpage, Peoria County 200 Plus, and that's spelled out plus.com or .org. We have been to a couple of different events, and just recently I participated in the Peoria Distilled podcast. So that should be dropping soon or launching soon. And then we've also done an interview with the community board. So right now we're seeking public engagement. You can do so in one of two ways. You can take a survey online. That survey is going to have a couple of questions about what you like and what you don't like about the county. It's going to have an interactive map that allows you to identify highlights and lowlights within Peoria County, and then it's going to ask you what you hope to gain through this plan. So the intent of the plan is to help shape land use for the next 15 to 20 years, help dictate what is going to be built where, what is not going to be built where. And then the second form of engagement is special interest groups can reach out to Department of Planning and Zoning or to Tri-County Regional Planning Commission, and we can do essentially what we're calling a meeting in a box. We'll bring this interactive participation to you. They're best suited for groups of maybe 10 to 20, and it really helps us to have more conversation than just maybe the online survey would gather. We're going to take all of that information. We're going to identify any themes, any clusters that have been put on the map, and then we're going to put together somewhat of a rough draft of the plan, and then take that on kind of a traveling roadshow for a second round of public engagement throughout the county.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank all of those who are giving of their time. These meetings are in the evening, and folks are really engaged. Paul and I both are involved, and I think it's a really good process, and I appreciate Andrew's leadership on this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. You said it quite well. Ditto for me. Any other public comment? Go ahead.
3.1 in the agenda was the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission minutes, but there is no link. I didn't get the minutes myself. Whoever is responsible, can I get an emailed copy? There is some Chillicothe specific business in there I'd like to review. So if that's you, Andrew, could you email me those minutes?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, meeting's adjourned. Thank you.